There's like silence before. Welcome everyone to the SVK Network. I've got the giggles. Victoria, I've got the big giggles. The
The
giggles.
wiggles.
The giggles.
I got a bit of the giggles too. It's Halloween. It's Monday.
Halloween.
All
I'm not
right.
even jacked on Halloween candy yet,
Oh no,
but
that's tomorrow.
I'm jacked on Red Bull candy.
Oh, that's not good.
That's like no, it is good. It is good.
It's good. It's good.
Can't say that to the
Maybe I
sponsor.
need one of those. I love me some Red
You
Bull
don't
with
do that,
intensity.
Victoria. That's how you start a show. Knocking the sponsor down. That's how what you do.
Well,
Anyways,
send me some next time.
to everyone that's going to watch us live or on demand later on today. But I got to talk a little bit about SVK because we're going to get into the amazing customer restaurateur in Ottawa that we have on the show today, which is exciting to have that. Before we get started, I want to tell everyone first of all, you subscribe and follow to the SVK Network on all social channels out there. Make sure you do that because then you can get notified when we're live. And that's important because then you can watch it or you can watch it live or you can watch it on demand. If you watch it on demand, we're on YouTube under Cisco Canada. We're on Spotify. You can watch it on Spotify, or you can listen to it when you're at the gym if you want to on a podcast if you like that, um, and on Facebook as well. So we're out everywhere on social. The only live daily food service show there is in the whole globe. You didn't know that, hey Victoria? Are you
Oh,
like taking?
awesome.
Are you taking
I'm always
notes?
taking notes when you talk.
Are you
Always.
taking notes on what Jay
Always.
says wrong?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, anyways, we're the only one live across this globe. We have 299 shows that we're going to do this year for the industry in Canada and the US. So we're going to be out there giving you amazing content like today's show. So on that, I'm going to introduce you to Victoria from Impossible Foods.
Hi,
Victoria,
everyone.
you want to say hi to everyone?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm excited to
Hi,
be
everyone.
here.
You want to say that? You're so excited.
I'm so excited. Yep.
Could you stop taking notes? Stop taking notes. Oh, you know what it is? People are texting you, isn't it? People are
Pardon?
texting you. It's probably people texting you, right?
No, my full. You have my full attention. I'm taking notes. I have J-isms right here.
You have Jay's. Okay, cool.
I do. Yeah.
Victoria, tell us what we're doing today before we cut, and then we're going to bring these amazing guests into today's show.
Absolutely. So today we've got Chef Jeremiah from Buster's Bar and Grill in Ottawa. Wonderful customer of ours that he's going to demonstrate Impossible and the versatility of Impossible beef. And then we've also got Chef J. Michael from Oakland, California, and he is going to dispel some of the myths around plant-based and talk more about Impossible food. So should be a great show.
That sounds awesome. Now I thought we killed the myth last show with you.
Well, it's just dispelling some of the fears. We started with the myth, and now I think there's been a lot of headlines, and I think there's more questions around plant based, and I think there's still lots to unpack and uncover and talk about how it's still exploding, and there's lots on the horizon. So
Awesome. Well, I'm going to tell you something I'm doing because I love this product.
eating.
I'm actually eating one right now. I brought it to the party. You didn't. We should
I
have
had
one.
one for breakfast.
Awesome. Well, we'll be right back. Have this quick message with Chef Jeremiah and Chef Michael. I'm
You eat your
trying to.
burger. You eat your Impossible burger, and we'll be right back with Chef Jeremiah at Buster's Bar and Grill.
That's how you do it. Look at that. Bam. Be right back. Well, welcome back to SVK. I'm trying to choke down an Impossible burger right now. The tasty. That's how it goes, Victoria.
So we're here. We're here with Chef Jeremiah and Chef J. Michael Melton from Impossible Foods, and Jeremiah's from Buster's. And I guess, in the sake of time, do you want to take it away, Chef?
Yeah, yes. So I'm Chef Jeremiah from Buster's Bar and Grill here in Ottawa, and I'd like to show you one of the products that we have here that we're working um, with the Impossible meats that we have. And today I'm going to be making tortilla with it, and I'm going to start by showing you what we have. So what I like to do here is we have some spices. I like to throw that all in. And I got my herbs and all that. I throw all that in. I got my garlic and onions that's been sauteed into white wine. Throw that in. And I got my steak here. So we'll fry that off real fast. So I picked this because of the winter month that's coming in, and everybody likes to put beers in it. So I think it's a pretty cool idea to do right now. And what else we like to do with that too is we serve it here. We have it on our nice, beautiful square plates with some salad and all that. And it's tastes really good. So it should be coming real soon here.
Chef, would you say that anything that you could make with ground beef you could use Impossible for? I know you play around.
Yeah. So we basically anything that we use with ground beef here. We can use Impossible. So for our nachos that we have, they can substitute that with Impossible. Pardon me? Sorry, go ahead.
No, keep going, Chef.
Oh yeah, so we have so we can substitute if they don't want chicken or actually ground beef on their nachos. We can substitute it with Impossible meat. We put that on their nachos. We have our wraps too, and we can substitute that with it as well. We do our salads as well. We have the Impossible nuggets, and we like to put those on top of our salad as well too. Okay.
Chef, what's the demand? I have to ask this question. What's the demand if you have those options on there? It's got to be quite large.
It is. It's surprised a lot of people come in here now, and it's. I think it's like the new thing. Everyone wants to try this. The Impossible meat stand that we have. Actually, here we got a pen here. That's the case. Full spoon there. I'll show you guys how we finish that off real fast.
And Chef, I love
that's what it looks when it's all cooked in right there, guys. Right, see that? All the onions and I like to put it into the dish here.
Hey, Chef, here's one thing I like, and I want to share this with everyone. And Victoria, I put you on mute because you sound like you're in a wind tunnel, for some reason. She's looking around. I was gonna say, Chef, is that you put Impossible right on your menu?
Yes, we did actually. We put Impossible right here. You guys go. I don't know if you can see that right there. The Impossible section right there.
Yeah, so you put it right on your menu. So you just throw it right out there. No hiding it. Boom. It's right there.
Why would you want to hide it? The brand, I think, brings people.
I didn't say. I think that's important. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. It's got a awareness. That's what I love about it, is that people look at your brand and they go, it's a great product. They know what it is. Why not do that? Love it.
And it's because a lot of people ask, they're like, well, what's the name of it? And when they get the name of it, they can look it up. They can check it. They can go on the website and see what other products. I guess if they want to order it as well for their homes.
Do you do little clips on social for that, Chef?
Yes, I have. If you look at our IG page, our Instagram page, you can see we did a beautiful video of myself, one of my guys here making the Impossible cabbage rolls that we have here.
Now, I've heard about these cabbage rolls all the way in Edmonton here. That's how they're famous. That's how famous they are.
Yeah, they're really great.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about them? What do you do? Like what? Like this is Cabbage Roll World in Edmonton, by the way.
Really? So,
Yeah.
well, so what we like to do, we do basically the same thing. Like as with the ground meat, we got our herbs in there. We got our we have. It's actually a homemade recipe sauce that actually here's the finished product we just brought to us. So there you go with the Impossible.
That was great.
The pie. I'll show you. I'll break that open there for you guys right there.
So it doesn't do anything weird and stuff. Like there's no weirdness.
No, it stays in perfect like that, and exactly, it's beautiful.
Mhm.
Like this is my
Ground,
lunch.
just like ground beef.
Yeah, just like ground beef, but better.
Better. Yeah.
Way
Like,
better. Way better. I have guys here that eat this and they can never tell the difference. As you can see, one of my guys here, Doug, he had it today and he didn't even know it was it's true. I thought honestly it was regular meat. It was incredible. So it's a really the flavor is it's amazing. Really, really amazing.
Chef, do you do a lot of that? Mess with people? Thinking
Pardon
that
me?
it's you do that a lot? You mess with people thinking that it's ground beef and they can't believe it?
Uh No, I let them. Figure it out. I say, hey, come guys, try this out. Tell me what you think about it. And as they eat it, I wait for the reaction. And where they're saying, oh man, this is really really great. And then I tell them, I said, hey, this is plant based. This is not actually meat. And when they find out that it's not meat, they're so surprised. They're like, I would never tell the difference.
So you guys are a pub, is that right? Like you're a pub and grill.
We're a grill, sort of pub, sports bar, pub and grill. Yeah.
So Victoria, this is going to be huge for Impossible to see the product. So it's not just a burger that we see all the time that I just enjoyed, by the way. But you're seeing it applied into different areas at a pub and stuff. Because I know in a pub, a grill, sports bar, you don't mess with the food.
No, absolutely. And I think that's why Impossible has been so popular because it lends itself to so many different menu variations and applications. So you'd bring it in for one thing, but then you're using it as a burger, then you're using it as your tacos topping in a tortilla. Like there's so many different ways you can use it. And chefs love it because there's so many different menu applications. And at a sports bar or a pub or anywhere like that, like the food is important. And so that's one of the things about Impossible Food is that yes, we're helping to save the planet, but it has to taste good, or else people aren't going to come back and order it. And I think Chef Jeremiah, you agree with me that you're using it because your customers are tasting it and they're like, wow, this is really good, and they're going to come back and they're going to order it again, and they're going to see what else you're doing with it on your menu.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, like there's so much that we can do with it. Anything that you do with meat, we can do with the Impossible. So, and for like the other day, I just remember too, we did a special. They wanted a quesadilla and they wanted the Impossible meat in that. So it's very, you can go a long way with this product. It's amazing.
Super versatile. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you did a patty, didn't you say you did a Jamaican patty the other day, or you?
Yes, we did a Jamaican patty.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. And it's called our stuffed Jamaican patty. And it's the same thing as a Jamaican patty, but we're using the Impossible meat and we cut it open after it's all cooked and we started loading it up with lettuce, tomato, different sauces. And we cut that open. And as you look at it, it's all falling out there. You could see, just thinking about it makes me want to have one right now. So and there's a high demand in that. When people come here, they're always asking for it. Always asking for that.
Wow. Now, why do you think like so? Obviously, it tastes good. It's great. There's some health benefits to this too, right? Maybe Chef Michael wants to get in on this. Is there some health benefits to Impossible Foods?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at it, there's a lot of reasons why people move to plant based. To the two top reasons are the environment or health. And in those different situations, we can offer a product that is dynamic and can be used in any of these applications, like Chef Jeremiah is pointing out. Ground applications, farces, soups and sauces, formed applications, whatever you want to really do in order to create that. But then the health benefits: less total fat, less saturated fat, 0 milligrams of cholesterol, As we look at this, we are trying to mimic every single attribute of a beef product, and that is our gold standard. Because why do people move forward with it? Because they love meat. And we realize that people aren't going to change their diets. But if we can offer them a no compromises alternative that has all the benefits of beef, but then even goes even further, like a further step towards the environment, a further step towards health. Those are the reasons why people initially attract themselves to plant-based meat. But the reason that they come back is taste. And that's why all of our development, all of our focus behind the doors of Impossible Foods are really recreating that experience and having all those positive attributes. But they come back because it's delicious. And that is really at the forefront of our innovation.
I have to say, and I say this without getting struck by a lightning bolt, you guys have the best product in the market. By far. It's pub approved, right? Jeremiah's approved it, pub approved. And I think and then it's healthy for you, it's better for you. So it's a no-brainer in a sense. Now we're going to squish some myths. I can't even talk. Myths. Thanks, Victoria.
Fears, yes.
What'd you call it?
It's Halloween. We gotta dispel some fears. We gotta squash the fears.
Squash the fears, right? We do some trivia too. Do you guys ever get asked why you called it Impossible?
All the time, yeah. I think it went through rounds and rounds of. We were actually a different name in the very inception under the Stealth company when they were doing the research. Yeah. But I think our founder Pat Brown, he arrived and there was a council of folks that finally really landed on Impossible, and that singular name, it sort of captured our ethos, captured what we were trying to do, which was the impossible. We're trying to recreate and flip meat on its head and really recreate again that experience, that dynamic expectation. And we had that onus upon us. Like, how do we do the impossible? Which is, deliver that no compromises, 1-to-1 meat replacement that delivers in all the ways that you would expect ground meat to do. And any of our products really do that.
Wow. I think we should call it Possible soon. Victoria, what do you think?
Hey, I'll talk to the marketing people.
You want to talk to your team?
J. Michael might have a better shot at that than me. But
we'll talk about that. We're going to come back and we're going to get rid of some of this fear, as Victoria puts it. This fear. I don't have any fear. I don't think people should have any fear about this. I think it's a great product.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a fear at all.
No. Jeremiah says there's no fear across Canada. It's the product, period. Right now, Jeremiah, did you put it in your St. Paddy's Day menu?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We had, what did we do for St. Patrick's Day? It was the tortilla, actually.
Really? See?
Yeah.
Boom. Did my homework.
And then we also had a taco salad. That was one of them too. It was a taco salad as well.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
You don't mess around on St. Paddy's Day, so that's another approval with food.
Yeah, we don't go like no, not really.
No, we don't. Okay. All right, we're gonna be back right after this quick message, and then we're going to get rid of the fear. You got fear? Chef Michael, last time we made you eat all that stuff separately. You want to do anything crazy like that again?
I'm just going to talk today, but we will prop it up. We're going to do some deeper dives into food and what we can do with Impossible in future shows, possibly if you have us back today.
If you guys allow me to have you back, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back after this.
Imagine both your front and back of house teams are so well trained that they're executing flawlessly. Your front of house is doubling your sales, boosting repeat business, and creating 5-star dining experiences, while your back of house is consistently preparing each dish to perfection, on time and to spec. Having a restaurant this dialed takes a unique training system. That's where Serve comes in. Serve means study restaurant variety, and it is a powerful, mobile training system, custom-built to meet the needs of your restaurant. Serve will up-level your team's knowledge and skills, maximize your profits, and create experiences guests will rave about. Serve is the key to unlocking your restaurant's hidden potential, and will prove that the more your team is able to learn, the more your restaurant will earn. It's Serve, and it's a game changer. Ready to serve? Get started at servenow.com.
All right, we're back at the SVK Network. We have Impossible Foods on here with Jeremiah out of Buster's Pub and Grill in Ottawa. We're gonna get rid of the fear. The fear. Not that Jeremiah, you already squished the fear out of my mind of doing it on St. Patty's Day, but we got Halloween today. Victoria wants to have some fun. Chef Michael about getting rid of some of the fear. So let's get rid of the fear. What's the number one fear right now across the globe about Impossible Foods?
You know, I would have to say, again, I'm Chef J. Michael I'm the head of culinary for Impossible, just to give myself a little
You're
bit.
the man. You're the man.
Cred, but I'm happy to be here to dispel some of the fears and myths. And I think the greatest thing is plant-based anxiety is what we like to call it.
Really?
I think that plant-based, yeah, of course. I mean, think about plant-based anxiety. I mean, the veggie burgers of yesteryear or days of old were sort of this reheatable puck that had no place but between two slices of bread and called a burger. But ultimately, we've tried to change that. And in order to change that, you really have to recreate and reestablish what plant-based meat is. And with that, what is plant-based meat? It's a meat that reacts, responds, and can perform exactly like a ground meat would do, or any product category that we're facing for that matter. So as we look at that, take our ground beef, for example, we're trying to create that dynamic nature of product. And it's not just a burger. It can be used in many different facets. And from it transforming from mid-rare to well done, and the color changing and the color internal temperature representing that color that you would expect. So it's rich red color in that mid-rare, or it moves to that opaque color as you cook it to well done. I got a friend in the background. She's hanging out. You know,
Chef, do you want to can we talk a little bit about why that is? I know, because I don't think everybody saw the first one, about the color and why that changes and why it cooks just like an animal meat would.
Of course, yeah. I mean, as we tried to dispel this sort of change in the dynamic nature of products, we discovered a secret ingredient or magic ingredient called heme. It's short for hemoglobin, specifically leg hemoglobin, or from legumes in our product. And that really is the flavor driver in meat. We tried to understand, why do people crave meat? Why do they gravitate towards it? And it really is heme catalyzing the reaction between the vitamins, amino acids, and sugars in meat, and it drives us to want it. It drives us to crave that. So we found a way to produce this from plants in a sustainable and scalable way, so that we can add to our product in the same abundance as you would find in a meat product. So the flavor driver in meat, flavor driver in our product, molecule for molecule, exactly the same, but ours is totally derived from a plant source. So we're driving those same expectations from our product as you would expect in meat, but we just do it straight from plants. Middleman, right?
Chef Michael, so there's companies out there that do stuff like, I'm not going to say like you do it differently. There's stuff out there that they classify themselves in this space, but they don't use plants. Is that right?
I do. I mean, I can't speak to other companies. I do say that we have the intellectual property over heme, which is that flavor driver. And that is, really what is the basis of our product and product innovation. I think that's where we gain our credibility. And we discovered that. Again, we have the IP. No one else can use that technology. We are the ones that sort of took that charge. So in that sense, I would say that heme is the transformative part of it too. It changes from red to brown as you cook it. So not only is that flavor driver, but it also produces the other side of it. It's not only sensory aspects, but it's sort of the experience of cooking the product that it delivers on as well.
No, Chef Jeremiah, would you agree?
I agree 100%.
Yeah, you cook with it. You see you see it changing color.
I see the changing color. That's what I love about it. Because when I was even cooking the ground meat, you just know the times when to add the spices in. When to add the garlic and the onions. It just looks exactly like ground meat.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
Yeah. Even with the burgers, I have the burgers, and when we put them on the grill, And on the platform, and as we're searing them, you can see the bottom part as it's cooking. It goes from the red to a bit of rouge, the sear color, and then you can see when you're ready to flip them over. It's the exact same thing as a regular burger.
Wow. Wow. All right. So okay, we got that one. Fear gone. What's another fear, Chef Michael, that's out there right now?
I mean, I think that committing is another one. Like, why do I want to put it on my menu? And I think that in terms of that, it really does work. I mean, in terms of the brand, we are taking that responsibility to create a product. And one thing I want to say is we won't put out a product unless it's as good or better than the animal counterpart. We hold ourselves to that. And while we will work to innovate behind the scenes, you won't see it launch until we actually have those figures and that data that against testing the gold standard animal product, whatever our 1-to-1 is. We have to be as good or better than that product, so that when you see Impossible as a name and a brand show up on menu, you begin to trust it. And that can be the operator, it can be the consumer. Chef Jeremiah showed himself that he has an Impossible section on his menu. It's trying to really show that that expectation can be carried out by our brand. And the plant-based meat industry is slated to be a $50 billion industry by 2025. 42% of U.S. adults, and we'll say the U.S. because that's the stat that I have, but they're actively reducing meat consumption, and another 43% are considering it. So as we do that, why not help them take the leap by creating that compelling product that is totally plant-based, but helps them move away from meat in that sense. And I do think that operators can understand and commit to putting it on their menu by seeing that trend and then trusting the product behind it and trusting Impossible's work that we've done on our side to create a product that they can take, and whether it's tortillere or whatever menu item you have brand equity in, we want to add to that and create synergy so that the sum between the Impossible brand and your brand is greater than the sum of its parts. We really want to create those partnerships by creating a great plant-based product and meeting that market where it is.
So ideally, when you see it on a menu like Jeremiah's got it, that's got to blow your mind then, right?
It's amazing. I mean, we're seeing it live, like all the work that we put into the products, and we have individual teams working on sensory and texture. We have these individual teams, and even the packaging teams. How do people really experience our product from the start to
yeah.
And to see it manifest itself on a menu where you're really taking the versatility and what our expectations for the product are and what we work so hard to do in creating that versatility. When Chef Jeremiah and great restaurateurs take that product and push it to its limits and take it as far as it possibly can, it's a benefit to the consumer. It's a benefit to the operator. It's a benefit to the planet. I mean, it's sort of a win-win-win situation as we get into it. And to see that, again, not only a burger, but everything that it can possibly do when you're taking it to those leaps and bounds, we just greatly appreciate it because that's what we work so hard to create.
Yeah, and it's obviously working. Jeremiah, you've approved it for pubs across Canada. So you can tell every pub in Canada right now that's going to watch this that you can do this without fear. No fear.
It's like I said, it's something that's great, and we want to be part of something that's really great. And
So what's that?
As you can see, I have something else we do here. This is our cabbage rolls that we have here. As you can see.
Nice.
And I'm going to cut that open, and I'm going to show you guys that it doesn't fall out, and it holds its shape and all that kind of stuff. So when that comes to the table and they're looking at that, it's a beautiful thing to look at. So as you can see here, I cut it open. Check that out.
Dude, that's so good.
My Hungarian grandmother would approve.
Yes, the color is beautiful. It's perfect. It doesn't have like that. It doesn't have a gray color to it. It still holds that brownness. It shows that it's been cooked well.
Yeah. The other thing I have to say that your product doesn't have, and this is why I like it, and I'm going to say it doesn't have the chemical smell. And there's one out there, I'm not going to point fingers, but there's another one out there that's got that weird, I don't know what it is, but it just has that flavor and that smell to it. Yours products does not. And that's what's impressive about it. So
We really do
Okay.
work to make sure, again, that experience and that expectation carries. I mean, if we're not doing that, we're not meeting you halfway and the expectation behind the product. I mean, there's a ton of stats, and we're all data nerds at Impossible. We really like drive it in and really try to understand the psyche behind meat so that we can deliver in that same way. And, you know, the proof is in the pudding. Like, we've had a ton of things that come out of that, as far as 66% of customers say that adding Impossible to your menu actually improves your perception of that chain. So,
Okay. Whoa. Say that
yeah,
again. Say that one more time.
66% of customers who order Impossible Foods menu items, and when folks like Chef Jeremiah put it on menu, 66% of those consumers actually say that it improves their perception of the chain. So we create a halo just by you adding Impossible to your menu.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
It
I
is.
can
I mean,
see it.
honestly,
Honestly,
I got a few more stats if you want to go through it, Jay. But, like, you know,
you got more stats. You got one more
He's
cool.
got stats. He's got the stats.
46% of Impossible trialists, 46%, are willing to switch restaurant brands based on what plant-based meat they serve.
That's what Jeremiah wants, right, Jeremiah?
That's exactly what I want. And honestly, guys, if you guys had smell-o-vision and you guys could smell this amazing cabbage rolls here, you guys would be hungry.
Victoria's working on that.
Yeah, next one.
Is that the next one? Yeah. Okay. Hey, Chef Mike, more stat. I love your stats. One more.
63% of Impossible trialists would be more likely to visit a restaurant should they serve Impossible menu items. So that's once we get, like I said before,
that's powerful.
The initial hook is environment or health, but the reason that they come back is taste. And I think our product tastes really well, but when it's put in the hands of the capable hands of folks like Chef Jeremiah, the execution is the other 50% of our product. So that partnership, that pairing together, start with a great product, get it across the finish line with excellent execution, and it increases the perception of your brand. It increases the willingness for people to come back, and they get really excited about it, because they're not missing anything.
That's huge. Well, I have to ask Chef Jeremiah, what's your next plan what are you going to create next with this product? What do you got? What are you thinking?
It's a very hard thing. Like we got our sports bar, we got our football that's coming up, and I want to throw that like a beautiful chili bowl.
Okay.
We want to keep it into that comfort area, that comfort food area where everybody loves it. Saying, like I'm still getting that taste of meat, I can say, but it's the actual Impossible meat, So we want to keep it. There's also tacos that we want to start throwing into the mix. There's just many things. Even we want to do bolognese sauce. We want to try that out as well. So, yeah, this is a long road for us. It's like I got my freezer right here, and I look at my freezer here. All to the left here, it's all Impossible stuff. So we're ready to go.
Whoa. Open the door again. Open the door.
You're gonna make just jealous with that freezer. That's a good walk-in freezer you got right there.
Yeah. So as soon as we walk in right there, we got our Impossible stuff. Like there's so much of it here. So
carries that around with Trey. That's so.
We're trying to get the kids hooked onto. We got those nuggets that are there, so we're offering it to the kids. So that's another thing to get the kids hooked onto this as well too. Say, hey, this is a very healthy product. It's not always about like chicken nuggets. We got this too, and you're gonna enjoy that as well. So we're ready to rock and roll with this.
So here's the thing. So Chef Jeremiah, first of all, I want to thank you. We don't pay Chef Jeremiah to get that excited about your product. So you have a fan there. So I just want people to know. You see the passion. I feel the passion you have on this product, Chef.
Yes, it's the passion, because anything that's new, something that's new, and I feel it, and I know it's going to be something. I do get passionate about it, and I want to make that magic.
I see it. That's awesome. It's a good product when you see that. Hey, Victoria.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I saw Chef Jeremiah on Instagram. Somebody sent me the the cabbage rolls, and I was like, this guy can cook. He's excited about the product. That's why I said, let's get him on SVK. So thank you, Chef. That's I think that was great, and I'm excited to hear your excitement. And the next time I'm out in Ottawa, I'm going to come for maybe a Super Bowl bowl of chili.
And I'd like to thank you guys for getting me the trailer and the makeup artist and all that kind of stuff. I really feel like a rock star today. So thank you guys so much on that.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Chef Michael. Thank you for the stats. You blew my mind again. That's 2 shows we've been on, and you blew my mind. So we got to do a 3. You know what we should do? I'm just going to throw this out there. I think we should have an impossible chili cook-off next show.
I'm in, and my boys are in as well.
There you go. I don't know how we judge it. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, who's judging?
I know exactly. I think we're gonna have an Impossible Foods chili cook-off, the first ever. Have you guys ever had a world chili cook-off? Probably not.
World chili cook-off, but I know.
Yeah, like I know. I got some people around the world I know from our show we can bring in, right?
Sounds like a plan.
I was gonna say
we'll mail you ours from our side.
Chef Jeremiah's in. Chef J. Michael.
We're in. We got Super Bowl that's coming up. My boys are ready. They're lined up for this.
I love it. Well, thank you.
Oh, we got one already right now.
Yeah, he's already in. See, you don't mess with chefs and their chili. That's like sacred. That's sacred land right there. So it's awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much, Chef Jeremiah. Chef Michael, thank you so much. Victoria, thank you so much. I'm a huge fan of Impossible Foods. Buy this product from Cisco if you get a chance. I never say that, but this stuff I'm telling you to do it, so go do it. It's a great product out there, and it's going to enhance your menu. It's going to increase 66% people coming back and believing in your restaurant. That's huge, Michael. I'm blown away. So thank you so much for everyone. Also, just as I have to say, make sure you subscribe and follow the SVK Network. We're live Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Everywhere on social. So if you're on social, guess what? The show will probably pop up somewhere. And then tonight we'll be on at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on my channels. And then on the weekend, because who watches Bugs Bunny anymore? Only Victoria. No one else. Then you watch SVK on my channel all Saturday morning long.
That's right.
In your pajamas. And a big burger. Impossible burger. Awesome. Anyways, thanks everyone else. Have a great rest of your day. Chat later.
All right. Thanks a lot.